We're getting back into it now here, and this is NRG really in a driving seat, it feels like, at this point in the series. There's been a tonal shift almost in terms of the way, especially second half onwards from Split, whereas MIBR felt like they were in control from beginning up until that pivotal moment when NRG were able to win that pistol round second half of Split and just take it away, carrying all that momentum forwards. But that's the key part. They have to keep it moving now as we head into Abyss.
NRG themselves know what it means to have a massive lead, and then you're in a BO5 and suddenly it gets incredibly tight towards the end.
Yep.
Now it's MIBR's turn to potentially experience the same thing. Up 9-3 in the third map, about to have a clean sweep over the defending world champions. You do have to close those out sometimes. You're not going to be given a ton of opportunities. You don't want to let your opponent back into the game, and this map, particularly interesting, because it's one where we've seen these teams clash before. NRG's Viper composition completely shut Aspas down.
Yep.
He wasn't able to have any value. He was constantly staring into smokes.
It's impossibly hard, to be honest. I mean, yeah, that's what you're saying. The smokes that they have, they're constantly renewing them up in your face. You're trying to op, and you don't have any open sightlines constantly. I mean, NRG are going to make it a nightmare, I think, for MIBR to try and enable their star player of Aspas on the jet. We already saw that on the second half of Split. They were avoiding working around Aspas with the operator constantly.
And I think that's crucial for the next half, when MIBR are on the defense side.
Yeah.
Because that's where they've been struggling. In order to make it as easy as possible, MIBR need to come out with a very strong performance instantly. Get Aspas activated on the attack side. Be able to do stuff like, I mean, we were seeing very recently, NRG love to throw that Viper wall to defend on B. Can you contact up into that space? Can you find early opening picks on Tamada, for example? A lot of those first kills in Split were going the way of NRG. And that trend has to be reversed for MIBR to have a good chance here.
We're diving deeper and deeper as that map pool goes their way. So far, expectations as well. Double Duelist second is going to be relegated to more supportive positions. Not necessarily, I mean, he can be aggressive with the Omen. Doesn't have to play it in that more passive position, but...
I think he should be. I think he needs to be, actually. You know, you've already got Tex to be able to cover some of the smoking duty, and Tex himself is going to be playing more passive, more controlling the flank or getting a lurk done and playing for his pull. So that does free Zekken up. He should be able to get in there with Aspas.
Let's see as we head into Abyss. The time is of the essence now. Time to see what these teams do with it as well as that ticks down. As we look towards the first pistol round of Abyss, NRG, they are quite difficult to deal with, especially on the defense half. They had tons of anti picked out, I think, as well to disrupt the drone positions when they played against 100 Thieves.
And the pistols have been good for NRG today. There's something that Ethan was noting, even as they went 4-9 on Split.
Ada, slightest of off angles here. Bait and switch setup, but Verno, well, he still tries to clear it, but again, the salvo is just immediately there to supplement. As soon as the contact is taken, a dash already expended and used, but a paranoia, surely you have to claim this kill, but the damage goes both ways. Brock relieves that pressure, and you're lining up for the damage, collecting and cleaving all of them. Shred of HP available, but honestly, it's already done. Brock delivers them a pistol round, almost single-handedly.
I love the bait and switch setup. And you put a sheriff into this guy's hands and he wins you pistol rounds.
Yeah.
He really is fantastic with it. Look at him here.
Wow.
It's devastating. And then the body shot damage is enormous on these pistols.
He's awake! He's awake!
A 4K. Starts NRG off really nice. Pretty similar actually to their pistol round setup on Corrode.
Shutting them down.
But they've got to keep that momentum going if NRG want to push things to the 5th map.
Recovering it.
Deep knife. Ethan had some util primed, I think, to try and disrupt them, grabbing the orbs and getting away with it, but he was suppressed, so they're forced to concede up that space. MIBR are going to try and make the most of a round like this, but they don't have much money. Around the world, farming up the orbs.
Yeah, you might well see just Mazzino playing for this orb as well. Headshot angle being held by Mada.
He's a player you don't want to get online early enough with these ults. And already two. It is picked off, though. Aspas is willing to return that fire, but a shot to the dome from range. Spectre not quite the weapon for the job, but Scuba's doing enough to dissuade it, but MIBR just jumping on the opportunity to get involved. Same could be said for NRG, though. Not letting anything slip. Kiko straight there. reinforcing that B site, cleaning up these players, and Aspas will commit to the plan and barely get out of there. Weakened, softened, an easy target for Kiko. 3 kills for him.
Yeah, just get the plant money online for your team. Make sure that you're doing well economically.
Yeah.
Brock, though, picks up the defuse to add another to the bank in terms of getting his ult online pretty quickly. It's a similar defensive setup for NRG, one that MIBR should be aware of, used to, have seen on the tape.
Doing a thing.
When these two teams clashed on Abyss last time, we got to see the sides flipped around. We barely got to see this configuration with NRG heavy defending and MIBR on the attack. So I'm interested to see if they've got good positions where they can put Aspas in a spot to crack sites open.
The buy, relatively weak, all things considered. NRG, they've gone for a setup. Used it before. We saw this when they played against other teams. Deep push on their bonus up through mid, but immediately given up on that space, and potential sound cues could be heard. MIBR re-explore mid a little bit later. Deep Knife is going to give them some good info, honestly, that nobody's going to be sitting back there because Mada does like to sometimes.
Well, Mada's gone for a push. He does love pushing on the defense. Verno coming back to make sure that that hasn't happened.
He's towing the line.
This is what we saw from the most recent game with NRG playing against 100 Thieves, is that even though you were aware that Mada likes to go for this, he does just toe the line perfectly.
We've seen him get a lot of value from a spot like this. MIBR, though, not looking to go in that direction. The whole 5 group of players.
Mada just popped the refract. He jumped off through cliff, and now he can tell his team to stack A.
Yeah, they're getting bodies and players into position here. NRG are looking to try and shove this one back. Knives out here. Aspas is going to be the first one in. Dash into the smoke, and now a play into the back. That blind and flash is perfect. Good util. See if you can lay claim to a lot of this space, but NRG, we're not going to be content with this one. Time running short. Hold on, the smoke's dissipating. MIBR being pushed into a really uncomfortable position here. They need to see if they can secure this one. The plan was denied. Second, might have claimed these kills, but now he needs to hold this one off. Swinging wide, Mada! He got it! He got the kill. And second, not even able to get that ace towards the end of things here. NRG are all smiles beaming across the stage.
They put so much pressure on the MIBR planter there. The normal default position, which is the safest if people are coming through spawn, they didn't want to commit to it because Brock's normally a nightmare in heaven. They're going to be throwing darts, shots,
and all sorts, yeah.
The drone. And instead they're planting for backside, and look, 2 players flooding in there, able to get the kill.
Just spectated him live.
He knows he's already won the round at that point. Stingers up for MIBR. This is a disaster beginning for them.
It is. MIBR feel like they're running out of steam at this point. The toll, perhaps, of all these games they've had to play, weighing on them. Fast and loose play there from MIBR when they're on the weaker guns anyway. Stinger, why not? Caution to the wind, throw it forwards, but Scuba was ready, anticipating it. Their side's not going to do much in a position like that. Ethan holding it down with a shot dust, still raining. Players are in positions, but with the rifles, it should be an easy job indeed. Verno from a distance now, but again, only the Stinger. Spike is dropped down. It's a 1v2. He's hoping that they will put it up, but Ethan, yeah. Got to wake up a little bit early, I think, to catch him off guard there. 4 rounds now in a row. This is in a rapid succession here for NRG. They got a cold confidence about them.
Ethan's individual level has also just gone up enormously since that opening map.
Yeah.
He's holding some really important lines here, where if he misses the shot, the round could spiral out of control, but he's there, and he controls it and makes sure that MIBR can't run away with those stingers. As a positive for MIBR, though, I like the way that they're getting Zekken into the site with Aspas. This is now 2 rounds in a row where Zekken's gone deep on a teleport into a smoke, so that you get a bit of that, like, almost quasi-double duelist initiation into the site. It will pay off eventually, probably.
I've drone as a salvo, lay it down to cancel out that drone. It's me that NRG were doing all the time to 100 Thieves, making their life misery. Deep drone as well gets a lot of information, clear them out. That's a Hunter's Fury extended here, but again, the range might become an issue. He catches that onto Zekken.
Oh, he's so good.
It's outlandish. How does he manage it? It's up to Aspas to see if he can correct the course. He's got the silverware out now. Already with that dash. In through and out. Sidestepping with the paranoia, but again the weaponry. Scuba! Ethan slapping down the adversaries. 5 in a row now. And they're out of their seats.
What am I watching from the MIBR POVs? Tex and Mazzino. That's gross. Where is the skill that was so on point
Shaky.
earlier in this match? Very, very shaky, very whiffy. And instantly Fraud is hitting a timeout. This play is beautiful from Brock. The anticipation of the teleport, we saw him almost connect with one of these earlier in the match. And NRG are there,
Nice
ready
shot,
for
Gio.
it.
Nice shot, bro.
NRG have got up 5-0, winning every critical moment here. Figuring out exactly where MIBR want to go,
yeah.
and also just beasting them in terms of the individual skill, which is not how this match began.
Something has shifted.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it NRG waking up? I'm looking at the POVs of the MIBR players, and I'm thinking maybe it's the other way around, where it's almost become too real for them or something. They played with a lack of fear at the start of this, constantly pushing, always bringing the tempo and putting the pressure on NRG. And now it feels like they've frozen up again.
It could also be a question of lack of time to really prep, because they went from 1 best of 5 into the next. And you can kind of predict where the beginning of the map's going to go when it comes to the picks and bans, right? You know that, okay, if they let this in, we're probably going to be playing Corrode. We have a game plan for that.
Yeah.
You can kind of expect them to ban Breeze. So, okay, we're going to put a lot of emphasis onto Bind. I think so. You start off strong, but then it starts to wean off a little bit.
But they have played against NRG on this map before. Like, if you were looking at the previous game in the upper bracket, you would have been looking at this VOD. And also, I think the individual moments have started to die down for MIBR.
Felt like they were powered by it sometimes. Aspas looks like they're going to be needing another one here. He's the one with the rifle, sole recipient of it, but Scuba's position is quite nice indeed. He can anchor into this position, a convergent pass to play himself in, and there was nowhere to run there. Aspas was caught in a corner. Deep TP, Zekin's going to be punished immediately. That's just Mada spamming into the choke.
That is absolutely brutal. The way that NRG play around smokes is world class, as it should be for the defending world champions.
Yeah, and they're tiptoeing into this one here. Confidence is brimming. It's 6 rounds in a row. It is flawless. Barely a shred of damage being done. NRG, they're in control. Second half of split onwards. They have not slowed down. They are showing what it takes to be a world champion.
Yeah, since the second half of split, there's only been a single round won for MIBR.
Yeah.
This is where it has to stop, though. If MIBR want to close this one out here on Abyss, they've got to get back into the game right here with their ults.
And on the back again here, but they're going to be met with a pit nice and early.
Predicting that they're going to go for the Cosmic Divide play into A. Pit down in your face, and Verno's got to make an adjustment instantly. All 5 players were grouped up on the A side of the map, but they don't really have a play to get through that.
MIBR feel like they're just trailing in terms of the decision-making. NRG, 1 step ahead, always predicting what they're going to be doing. Wasn't the case early on in this series, but now might be spelling out exactly what to expect moving forwards.
Ethan's already used his drone on B, and now he's just jiggle peeking to try to get information. MIBR are walking back in that direction, looking to use the Cosmic Divide.
Yeah, things off.
Their post plant should be really strong here. Verno with ult.
Ethan, what a shot to find, and he's going to be dipping all the way back out. He's already done the damage. They got the player advantage.
Again, playing around the smokes perfectly.
That's what's going to be deleted here. These are ults committed in a must-win round for MIBR. Big knife. It's going to slow them down to a degree, but this flank occurring.
I love the flank against Verno's ult.
NRG don't want to account for. Double dash in. That's going to be saturated into the corner and handed now. Mazzino's looking to try and push them back. Salvo deep into the corner. Verno forwards, pressing up now. His rifle in hands. It's up to him to see if he can land some of these shots, but they're playing off the pressure now. Ping-ponging back and forth. These MIBR players not looking to let it slip, but they look uncomfortable at that. Scuba already creating that pressure off from the side. The snakebite and the shots. He's finding all of it in the block again. Spam anticipated. Second, ready for it, and Tex A flourish at the end of that round, and finally a round on the board that MIBR needed.
They closed things out, so many layers to that one. Verno didn't even have to use his overall in the end because they sent an extra layer of techs walking up through mid. They're also aware of the body block, as you called out, because that has been winning a lot of these teams' rounds at this point when you trust too much in the pull. But Zeken's thinking about it, unloads bullets in and catches both.
It makes a crucial difference.
This round, guys.
I mean, you know if they're body blocking, they're both going to get vulnerable as well.
Yeah.
All right, MIBR. They stop the rot.
Not barely dealt with, and that's a big reveal into Mazzino.
Good trade back, though.
It is, yeah. Necessary one at that. Deep TP. Interesting take onto it into the recall. Smoke and Matter was ready regardless.
How are you ready for that? It's such a nice idea for Zeken.
Verno's drone sees it, tags it. Had an ult to expend, but didn't want to use it. Not in a position like this. Tex is looking to see what he can get done, but he's spotted out by the jump spot, and the stun is good. Special delivery right into his lap. Tex is really caught between a tough spot here. And look at NRG, immediately proactivity called for.
But this is going to give a timing for Aspas and Verno to get into A, and that itself should relieve pressure on Tex.
They hear it. It could come down to the timings here. They hear the ropes, and the shots are fired here. This is going to be pushing these players back. Another tap. No committal. Shock darts raining down. Heavy damage.
They know Tex was here, but Mada is not thinking about it.
It's all about what Tex can find here. The barrel might betray. And yes, Mada spotted, biding the time. Oh! Patience played too much, and Mada, what a shot, what a reaction. Double dash in now, he's feeling it. The rest of NRG looking to see if they can play themselves all the way in a 2v3, though. Still anyone's game to plan. Finally committed the damage. Done! Spraying up down Verno. Verno! He was on for an ace, but shut down by Mada. Pure brilliance, individuality shining from this guy.
I think a Verno ace is the only thing that could have saved MIBR from a complete mental collapse, though. There's a little bit of a smirk on the face of Tex, but he knows he's absolutely bottled that one. They're 7-1 down. MIBR needed it. They were in a winnable spot. He goes for the trigger discipline. But he just beefs about 5 bullets straight into the back wall. What a mess. What an absolute mess. And I think that is a showcase of what's been going wrong for MIBR. All of the spots where previously it felt like, I think the phrase you were using was walking on water.
Yeah.
And now they're drowning.
They are sinking rapidly at that. There's no more money to work with here for MIBR. Again, it's another eco round, but they're not in a position to take ecos. 7-1, this is NRG, prime control. Kiko taking liberties here. Just executing them one at a time, playing the team in perfectly. Verno not going to be able to withstand this much. He's got the rifle, sidestepping at least that special delivery, but yeah. Overwhelming with the util and overwhelming with the guns. 8-1 now. This is a rapid crewman of rounds here from NRG. They are not messing around.
No, not at all. These ecos have been cleaned up instantly. There's never been a threat. When NRG have the stronger weaponry, they're completely crushing MIBR here. The defensive setups look lovely.
Oh my God, we're abusing this guy. Where are you going, V? Where are you going?
Bullying a guy that started out his story in Tier 1 on NRG. MIBR are taking the timeout here. They need an adjustment for sure. I mean, they had a clear game plan at the beginning, which was, we're going to run some execs where we go in with Aspas, with Zeken, we then have Mazzino's flashes to be able to set them up, and hopefully that'll be enough to be able to overwhelm the anchors. And the game plan was somewhat working. They were getting to close situations that they couldn't quite close out. But now it feels like they've lost it a bit more, and NRG have woken up even further.
Yeah, firepower differential. A lot of these fights not going their way, and the game plans too, for sure. Every layer of it has been going wrong.
I love the way that NRG play around smokes. I think they do such a good job at controlling space with Kiko and Scuba's smokes, and then playing in the rest of their defenders behind them. They'll always have somebody threatening around these anchor positions. and letting the rest of the team to flood. Armada has got the operator. He's looking to try to take an early line across mid. And MIBR want a condition that you can't do that. So it looks like we'll get a clash early. Here's a lineup, write it down.
Xena going to be sending this one. Going to clear the way for it. That's a shot on wide. Mada, at this point, his form has been unbelievable, so it's rare to see him miss shots like that. Zekken, it's a rare misplay by Brock. He's just going to be catching him unaware there onto the reload, but Zekken is pressed into a corner, stunned up. Salvo, next wave of things swinging wide. Gearing up to take that fight and wins it.
There's the star power.
The immense amount of pressure. Zekken is not done. He's not finished.
There's the individual ability that was carrying MIBR early on. Put in a tough spot and wriggling out. 5v2.
Scuba trying to take a time and pass this drone, but he's tagged up. No missteps this time, and Aspas eager. Drops Scuba, takes him out. Mada now left in a 1v5. Of course, he's going to make a play for it, but not long for the world in a spot like that. So, second round, and it is flawless at that here for MIBR. Adjustments working. Mid-pressure off the back of those individuals of Zekken.
You could tell from the way that Broad contested this space, he was very unaware that the vent had been broken. And Zekken's been trying to get into it a couple of times. He made a play with the recall smoke in a previous round, and Mada hit him with the op shot.
Nice round, Zek.
Yeah, it was. It was a big round from Zekken, but they're going to need more.
Only 2 more rounds left to play for in this half. IVR need every single one they can count on. They're taking this one a bit slower.
And knife over towards A might throw off NRG a little bit. Got 2 players, Scuba and Mada, that do like to push out on defense, but they're just going to be anchoring for now.
Rejoining the pack here as well. Just trying to make sure that they can pull players away. They are currently scoping out the spawn. No command now going to be, again, sending out waves emanating out. What is that peak? Barely able to get the kill. Yeah, I mean, Zekken gets it. Survives on 10 HP, and a deep TP goes both ways. Armageddon now pushing back this plan. There's a minute left on the clock.
Nobody is thinking about the flank.
No one's thinking about it at all. In the midst of all this chaos, this is Kiko. He could thrive. He could feast. Catches them completely unaware. No one turning around. It's 2 kills in the blink of an eye. And now the pressure completely flipped. It's MIBR. It's Zekken and Tex left to see if they can dig themselves out. But Kiko running a mockery. 9 rounds now, and only 1 more left to play for in the half.
A complete missing piece of the puzzle there from MIBR.
Nobody thinking about it.
Not at all. It's like they completely forgot that the Omen ult had even gone off. And I think in the midst of the chaos, that's exactly what happened. They must have just not even noted it, nobody coming it. And Kiko gets around behind for 3 kills.
Holy shit, good shit, good shit.
Well, it was a 9-3 half on split, and NRG still found a way to recover. Can MIBR at least get to that?
Been having difficulties for it. Inserting Zekken. It's in that mid link, but you can't really count on the same play twice. This time, NRG are very much aware.
Yeah, they're hyper aware.
Yeah, playing a bit further back. Drone to try and clear this one. Paranoia's there, but emergent pass. Good luck, Hunter's Fury. And Salvo's at your feet. They are using everything.
Oh, that's so nice.
Long range with the assist. And oh my, almost there with a second kill. Zekken. Significant damage done to Kiko, but he is surviving. And now, dropping down, potential sound cue heard. Verno.
This time, he's not going to get caught by the flank.
It's an off angle. Kiko. Barrel pokes out, and there it is.
What a spot.
And Ethan. Definitely so. 2v4 for them to play in here, but this is looking like MIBR will be able to get that third unless something significant happens. Scuba shut down, trying to make the play. And Ethan now, the IGL left to do it all, but eventually shut down. Good trades intact by Aspas. 9-3. You posed the question, Josh.
Well, it's another round where the individual brilliance of MIBR shines through.
Yep.
This is a Waylay ult and Sovereign combo going into Zekken, and he just one-taps the guy contesting him despite the fact he's hindered. There's a counter Sovereign in order to punish Brock, who just pushed out through A to pick up the ult orb to get that ult online in the first place.
Let's go. We are the best team on defense.
Well,
He's juggling to himself.
Yeah, and that's because they've only won 3 out of 24 rounds on defensive Abyss. They are going to have to play lights out here.
The super team of MIBR are being pushed and penned into a bit of a corner here. It's up to them to really see if they can dig their way out from a spot like this. Currently going up against NRG, reigning world champions, and they're playing like it at this point on.
Yeah, there's been a huge turnaround in this series. And it was NRG recovering a 3-9 half on split that put us in this position to begin with. You just heard as we went to the break, Aspas chuckle into the rest of his team and saying, it's all right, guys, we're incredible on the defense side of Abyss when they're down 9-3. The last 2 times MIBR have played Abyss against Furia and NRG, they only won 3 defensive rounds out of 24. So, yeah, they're going to have to do a lot better than usual here.
You're telling me there's a chance?
I'm telling you there's a very small chance.
Big group up here, NRG. Drone's gonna get cancelled. No, the knife is broken, so unimpeded. That's gonna be that stealth drone clearing the way. But MIBR have a stack of bodies ready onto the site to receive. It's all about how you really handle it. The smoke up and over. Zekken is wiggling around. This is a playground for him right now. But Kiko! Deep TP into the back. They were not expecting that.
That is a nasty 3K. Both Omens going bonkers there. And Kiko coming out on top. Major recovery in terms of his individual performance across this map. He is treating it like a playground. Tex, nightmare spot for him.
Yep.
Gets drilled by Brock. First bullet straight to him. NRG go up 10-3.
They're looking different.
Yeah, they're looking like they're in prime position to be able to force us to a map 5.
Oh. Yeah, that's nice. That's sharp.
I said earlier on that only one of these teams was playing like they were in trophy lifting, Masters winning form, but it's very much been a tale of 2 halves here.
Yeah. NRG paving the way ahead to a reverse sweep, 1 round at a time, 1 map at a time.
And it's a force buy from MIBR.
Yeah, they realize what they have to do here. Zekken shredded by a couple of bullets. We'll have to respect that one. They do have players in position, but the dart's not dealt with. That's a saturate up and over towards the top, and he's revealed, lit up. Mada locks on, locks in, and this guy is not letting any stone be unturned. Clears up the rest of the site now. Damaged under Verno. Can't even pressure and push back the plant in time. Drop down to 30 HP. It's desperation for MIBR. Plant down now, NRG are in a very comfortable position. The guns just aren't good enough to do the job, not from this sort of range. Shock darts a sidestep, nade's gonna sail overhead. Kiko will be spammed down as a result of it, but it goes both ways. NRG, massive player advantage, and all the confidence in the world now to just take over this map.
Storming ahead, and essentially seals the fate of Abyss here. MIBR forced into this round to make a desperate comeback. And now they're just going to be stuck on, you know, stingers and light weaponry for basically the rest of the half, unless they can do something miraculous. No break on the recon there is a tragedy. And then drops down right behind Tex, who was hiding in the corner.
Second guessing himself. He was like, is that a teammate?
Yeah. You got a feel for the MIBR players, though. Halfway through Split, they must have thought that they were already going to Chile.
Yeah. Mentally packing their bags, perhaps, but NRG showing that grit and resolve. This is what makes champions at the end of the day. A lot of you two are going to be expended on either side here. A bit of a pull. Tex, he's off the map. He's off the map, man. NRG are all the way in. Liberty's taken. Heads are being popped. And no matter not, you can throw caution to the wind as much as you want, but MIBR are not getting past this stone wall that NRG have. Underhanded with a flash, it is pure desperation again, but again, the weapons are not good enough. 12 rounds now for NRG. At this point, both sides probably thinking just about that next map, Haven coming up.
So many of these games to qualify for Santiago across all regions have gone to 5. This is our final team, the final spot for qualification.
Oh,
that is tragic. He's got his head in his hands immediately, hasn't he? At the end of the day, at least it wasn't in a close match where it made a big difference. They weren't going to win that round, and they're almost certainly not going to win this map anyway. But, man, it's got to feel brutal. The manner in which they've lost some of these rounds and these moments has been tragic.
NRG just A-execing. MIBR got a stack of 4 players. Anything to try and stop the mass blast, blind firing into the wall, but they are finding it difficult to get through still. There's a player advantage. NRG though just walk up past it. No one's holding that choke point. Ethan still gets the second up to the top of the box. There's adjustment to the aim. Verno keeps his team in it for now.
The first of 9 chances denied, and MIBR keep themselves going. 12-4 though. It would be an insane achievement if they were able to come back from this point. Looks way more likely that we would be going to Haven.
So bad.
Took a stack of players, 4 of them on A, just to push them back.
If they do end up going to Haven, the nerves, even for these veteran players, have got to be difficult to calm.
Flash, Hunter's Fury. It's an aggro play, a bit of proactivity, but a real acknowledgement, and it's going to go both ways now. Up into the sky, trying to avoid the ire of Brock. Pinpoint accuracy, just a 1 tag. A lot of damage done, though. Zekken and Verno, both of them low as anything.
And it was these slow-paced rounds that were getting it done for NRG on their attack side of Split. They were being able to generate early picks and then just hardcore punish what MIBR were going for to try to generate some kind of counterplay.
NRG, they love the salvo play. Crack open both the doors, direct the attention of one of the players on the defense over towards mid.
It softens up the sights so much.
Yep.
You need Aspas to be a hero here.
Blade Storm out.
It really has been shut out again on Abyss, the way that NRG play he's struggled with.
Contacting for now, but as soon as the oar's picked up, that's the signal. Everybody wants to send it flying forwards. Aspas, it's all on him. Potentially spotted up onto the high ground and definitely revealed by the recon. Armageddon, lay it down, Ethan! Just catches him.
Oh,
Kiko!
What's
Friendly
happening?
fire, Verno's in there, capitalizing, trying to make the most of it, but he's damaged down, 45 HP. The spike has dropped down at that. Mazzino off onto the flank, but spotted out, and Brock eager for the engagement. And even anticipating the second part of it, but Zekken will clean it up. Spike's down. Scuba, barely any time to work with here, but both players are low. They'll go down to barely anything at all. The paranoia misses. Individuals, 1v1. Scuba seals it up once more.
He's been the most clutch player in the server, and he delivers again. Closes the door, slams it shut in the faces of the super team. 13-4. What a response. Something happened in that halftime on Split, and NRG have woken up. That walk backstage has got to feel rough for MIBR.